How you doing today? My name is Ayan. Today we're exploring how a mad adventure 1 to a mysterious story connects to real life. We'll examine the hidden metaphors and explain the story in these mysterious VHS tapes. While his main goal in exploring the VHS tape is to uncover the mysteries hidden within them. While Kate originally urged Riley to continue investigating the tapes, she still wants to uncover the full truth. Whether she succeeds in Mad Adventure 3 remains to be seen. In Mad Adventure 2, we learn that Joanna, Kate's old friend, was likely involved in investigating both Hamlin and the tapes. After finding Kate's niece, Riley picks up where Kate left off, following clues that lead her to the library, where Kate used to be. This is where the second game takes place, revealing more of the truth behind these mysterious tapes. As players, our mission is to uncover the secrets for ourselves. We experiment with making Amanda angry, triggering the hidden tapes, and piecing together the story. Along the way, we analyze cryptic messages, connect puzzles to the tapes, and slowly unravel the truth behind Hamlin. This relates to real life because in life it's important to find the truth to a lot of things. Before we jump to the conclusion to any problems or any situation, we have to find the truth about what's actually going on. And it's important to find the truth inside of many things in today's society, especially because we want to make sure whatever we're learning and whatever we're watching and observing and teaching to other people or encouraging other people to watch and observe, we gotta make sure that it's safe and trustworthy. And make sure whatever we are learning through the media and teaching to other people, especially children, are important things that are good for us and the future generations to come. Because in today's society, it's hard to tell what's true and what's false. Things that could be right could seem wrong, and things that seem wrong could be right. You just gotta be careful what you learn about in the media and what you teach to other people. Now I will dive deeper into this metaphor in the last metaphor for this video, where we explore Hamlet and the secret VHS tapes. But for now, let's go to the next metaphor. In the Good Night tape, Amanda mentioned that things that scare you can give you nightmares, especially when there's no one around to help you think of nice thoughts. This likely affects Rebecca's reality, trapped inside the tape as Amanda, unsure of what's real. The trauma caused by Hamlin haunts her. With only Willie as a friend, it's difficult for her to find comfort.
It gets awfully lonely in here at night. It makes me think about about things I really don't want to think about. I'm not even sure what's real. We shouldn't talk about them. Thinking about something you're afraid of can give you nightmares, especially when there's no one around to help you think about nice thoughts.
If we don't give her the nightlight, she experiences nightmares, which could hint at how Rebecca was originally pulled into the tapes. This might have been the moment she was transported into another dimension, forever lost in Amanda's world. Go back to when Amanda was talking about nice thoughts. It's important to think about nice thoughts in stressful situations. Think about nice thoughts, or having someone to help you think about nice thoughts can make you feel better. In stressful situations in your life, and when you're having problems in your life, and you're having a low point, especially when you have a low point in life, it's important to think about nice thoughts. Surrounding yourself with people that will give you positive thoughts and help you get over your problems is important. It's maybe hard to think about nice thoughts, especially when you're in stressful situations, especially when you have a lot of problems in your mind. The main point is to make sure that the negative thoughts that you have do not ruin your life. Try to fix the problems you have now, and make sure to always try to stay positive, even in stressful situations. In the Let's Learn Patience tape, Willie is back and Amanda's reaction is anything but friendly. She immediately gets angry, attacking him and insisting that she doesn't want him there. Willie tries to reason with her, but her frustration grows. However, Amanda gets over it. At the Bitter Bloodhouse, Amanda talks about patience, but if we deliberately choose the wrong tools, she loses hers entirely.
Okay, I get it. The theme is patience. It doesn't mean you have to keep testing lies!
This isn't the first time we've seen Amanda temper spiral out of control. In the Indian neighborhood tape, she gets irritated if we don't pick the cookies. In the secret version, when all the stores turn into meat shots, she completely snaps, destroying them as she breaks free. In the Ono accident tape, Willie tries to warn us, however the footage cuts before he can finish. Willie gets injured and Amanda makes an excuse that he tripped even though it implied that this was Amanda's doing. He was likely warning us not to get her angry, even though when we do, she reveals her true colors.
Why are you even here? Try again! You're almost there! You're wasting my time, and I'm I'm running out of patience.
In a sticky version of the tape, Amanda questioning worsens as she turns on Willie.
I tricked you! We're going to use all three! The patient is getting rowdy. I'll need a little help here.
Help me! Please!
Ultimately leading to his apparent death. Her anger shows her just how far she'll go when she loses control. This pattern continues across multiple tapes: the picnic tape, the farm tape, the story tape, the treasure tape, and the Do You Feel Safe tape.
I don't know what you're trying to do back here, but I really
Shut
don't.
up, Wooly.
Each time Amanda doesn't get her way, her question takes over, revealing how dangerous she really is. This relates to real life because in life, it's important to have patience. You need patience in every day in your life, and it's important to maintain a level of patience. Now this metaphor relates to patience when you are angry. When you get angry, it's easy to lose your patience and just say whatever is on your mind. And it could be a good thing, but it also could be a bad thing. And sometimes it could lead to relationships being broken. It's important to think about the situation and think about the kind of problems you have and think about why you're angry in the first place. And I know it's hard to do that when you're angry, or especially when you're in an argument with somebody. If you just take like at least 2 seconds or 5 seconds to think about what you should say, what you should do, it could lead to a better result. Try not to prolong the argument. Try to solve your problems as fast as possible. The quicker you get it done, the less stress you have every single day. And when you're feeling bad tape, Amanda starts off feeling down. She's already tried drawing, but it didn't help. This could be a reflection of Rebecca's struggle trapped inside the tapes as Amanda, leaving her feeling helpless and unmotivated. Woody steps in to help by reading her a story, and if we read her the right story, she feels better. While Willie is reading the story, the monster appears behind us ready to attack. However, Amanda stops her. Amanda still has hope in us and believes she could be free. The drawings that Amanda made tell a sad story. Princess turns into a dragon by the wizard. The knight slays the dragon, not knowing it is the princess. And the knight is now left wandering about this world alone. This is a metaphor for Rebecca's life. The wizard is Hamlin, the dragon is Amanda's creature, Rebecca is the princess, and the knight is either Sam or Kate. Hamlin traps Rebecca inside of these tapes, bringing the monster into this world. Sam and Kate try to free Rebecca, but failing to do so in the process. By not remembering what happened and facing reality makes her feel better. This relates to real life because facing your problem life and resolving it as fast as possible make you feel better and have less stress in your life. This relates to the metaphor in the Goodnight tape and the As You Learn Patience tape. So I won't go too deep into it. The main point of this metaphor is to not ignore your problems. Whatever problems that you're going through, it's best not to ignore them and to solve them as soon as possible. Because if you ignore them, it could make your future more harder for you. Facing your problems and solving them in the best way possible and as soon as possible is going to make your life better. And it will make you have less stress in your life, make you more happier and not get upset and not get as sad. It will make you live a better life. In the Do You Feel Safe tape, Amanda talks about trust and how she feels that trust fading away.
You know, you have to really think about who you can trust. Who is someone you trust? Yeah, he was so trusting too. And that can be a mistake. There are lots of people I used to trust, but I don't know if I trust anyone anymore.
This could be a direct reference to Sam trusting Hamlin, only to realize it was a terrible mistake. Amanda's trust issues likely stem from whatever Hamlin did to both her and Sam, leaving her feeling betrayed. During the hallway scene, something we only see once, Amanda says she trusts us. If we clear all the secret tapes, she still holds on to her trust. However, everything changes when the mysterious animal appears. If we don't help them, both Amanda and Willie lose their trust in us. Ironically, this is the last Amanda Ventura tape we can watch, indicating that Amanda and Willie are unhappy with Riley. This could tie into the next game, with them not trusting us anymore. When a possum tries to go through a TV, he simply calls her Joanna. An animal that just seems like an annoying could be Jordan, Joanna's little brother who went missing after Amanda's adventure. To understand how this relates to real life, we have to explore Hamlin and the secret VHS tapes we can find in both the first and second game. Throughout the game, you can unlock normal tapes and short episodes from Amanda's adventure. However, if you do some secrets, you can get these secret tapes that go into the story of Hamlin and the mysterious tapes. I will try to explain these tapes in time and order. in both the first game and second game, meaning that I'm going to explain the first tape as what happened first and the last tape as what happened last. That's how I do these tapes. We see Sam Carter reading a story to a group of kids, right in the same library we are in now. After finishing, Kate thanks him and brings up Amanda the Adventure, mentioning that people can watch it on the library's channel. Then as Kate and Sam discuss a new kids corner opening the library, something strange happens. A mysterious man in his suit appears, quietly listening to the conversation. Once they finish talking, he approaches Sam. The person recording continues filming for his son, but in the background you can hear the man speaking to Sam. Based on the subtitle, he seems to be a representative, praising Sam's work and how Amanda Venture is impacting kids. Then he asks Sam if he has a moment to talk, before a tape cuts out. This is likely the exact moment Hamlin approached Sam trying to take control of Amanda Venture. After this recording, it's possible they convinced him to sign a contract, one that not only give Hamlin the rights to the show but also allow them to twist it into something far more sinister, the same cartoon world we now explore. In a recorded coffee break interview, Sadie sits down with Sam Carlton, the creator of Amanda Adventure. During the conversation, Sam expresses how spoiled Kid has been of the project. When asked about his inspiration for the show, he explained that he wanted to create something around children's adventures, and Dr. Rebecca played a huge role in shaping it. And then Sam reveals that Amanda Adventure is being turned into a full-fledged cartoon. This moment connects to the last tape we saw, where a mysterious representative from Hamlin approached Sam. It seems that the conversation led to the show's transformation to the cartoon world we now explore in the tapes. In a secretly recorded conversation, we hear Sam, Rebecca, and a director discussing the show. Suddenly, Rebecca begins saying strange words that don't seem natural. Sam immediately goes concerned, sensing that something is right. Then Rebecca reacts to something no one else can hear, a man speaking to her through the headphones. Sam demands that they stop immediately. The director suggests taking a break. As he opens the door, the person secretly recorded the conversation quickly runs away, making it clear that they weren't supposed to be there in the first place. The words Rebecca was told to say don't seem random. They appear to be connected to specific entities, possibly something much darker. The man in the headphones could be Amanda or the entity that resembles Amanda. They were making her say these words to communicate with Amanda and the creature. It suggests that Hamlin was deliberately planting hidden messages inside what was supposed to be a simple children's show. Sam Carlton, the creator of Amanda Adventure, mysteriously goes missing, with no trace of his whereabouts. At the time of his disappearance, Hamlin had acquired the rights to the show a year earlier. When asked for an interview about the situation, Hamlin instead releases a weird statement, painting the picture that Sam abandoned his daughter Rebecca and the show. Hamlin seems to be keeping Rebecca away from the public eye and continuing the show. Early in the tape, we hear that the parents are becoming increasingly concerned about the tapes, which seems to be spiraling into something more corrupted with each passing episode. In the recording, we hear Sam asking if he does what is requested, if he will be able to see Rebecca again. The person in the recording tells him that he needs clearance. Sam gets the protest trying to say that they can't keep him there, but the recorder cuts him off, saying you can start. Sam then starts talking to Rebecca, telling her that their friends are taking care of her while he's away. You got to reassure him you can trust them, but he starts himself, refusing to say it. Instead, he admits that he's been locked up, revealing that this situation is kidnapping. The person in the recording mentioned that Sam signed a contract agreeing to this, but Sam denies having agreed to all this. The person starts talking on the radio, asking the person who's recording what's his status. The person that recorded responds that Sam is being cooperative, and they will send the recording for editing. He then requests someone to come down from a lockdown protocol. This moment reveals that the truth behind Sam's situation. He's being held captive after refusing to corrupt the show and push Rebecca into doing things she didn't want to do. Hamlin is keeping him locked away where they can keep a close eye on him, as Kilden nearby, since it only takes 90 seconds for someone to arrive. During the recording, the person mentioned their authorization number, and Sam seems to take note of it. Perhaps Sam is planning to use this code to help him escape. The contract that he signed seems to allow Hamlin to do more than reimagine the show. Sam could have agreed to all of this and Hamlin hid it inside the contracts. We see Rebecca, Sam, and her daughter signing a paper. Although there is no audio, it's clear that someone is convincing her to sign a contract, likely to avoid any legal complications. In the background, Doctor is documenting the entire process. When a person closes the folder, it becomes clear this is Hamlin orchestrating everything. After signing, Rebecca is led into a locked, guarded room. Hamlin convinces her into trusting them, letting them take care of her. This is a moment that likely marks Rebecca's transition into its tapes, if forever trapped in the world of Amanda Adventure. A young girl named Laura is watching a mad adventure while her parents tell her that it's time for some birthday treats. However, Laura seems completely absorbed in the show, almost as if she can't even hear them. When her parents finish talking, they realize that Laura is missing. She runs out of the front door, seemingly vanishing without a trace. The show continues to play, and Amanda says, which is her favorite too. It's happening after the show begins to corrupt, and the chaos in the dark is taking hold. Kids like Lowen seem to fall into a trance, hypnotized by Amanda's presence. It takes lull viewers in, making them disappear without any evidence. When Amanda says she loves mint chocolate chip, this is a direct connection between Lowen and Amanda, leading her into another dimension. In the meat ending, Amanda asks the player if they should help a kitten cut out of the cage. If they say yes, a trapdoor opens and we transport into the tapes ourselves. This suggests that the tapes have a sense of purpose to trap those who engage with them. In both the first and second games, it's revealed that everything with eyes are likely people trapped inside the tapes. This is probably how Amanda lured Lowen into this world, drawing her in and making her powerless to reality, not leaving any evidence. It indicates that the show isn't necessarily pre-recorded episodes. It's an alternate dimension where doing certain things can cause strange things to happen in the tape and around the area. A group is discussing the mysterious Amanda adventure of VHS tapes, and Kate is present along with two others, David and Caroline. Kate has been investigating the tape, uncovering subtle but disturbing secrets. She brings up how a child disappeared while watching the show, completely ungloved, only to vanish without a trace. No footprints and no evidence of where they could have gone. They also mentioned Lowen, who disappeared in a similar fashion, which we explored in the last secret tape. Kate mentioned that they can't speak about it because it's technically a kids show and doing so would make them sound crazy, but David argues that it's much more than just a kids show, meaning that every episode contains harmful instructions and subtle references to dark entities. To dig deeper, they bring in the person-named people to review the tapes. They analyze the secret tape from the last game where we see Rebecca sign a contract with Hamlin. Caroline notes that Rebecca was about 5 years old at the time. Kate mentioned that they have been provided with two original tapes of the show, and through the analysis, they noticed distorted patterns, puzzles, and arrogant stories that seem to connect to a cult. The college revealed that the Caroline family had been tracking these tapes for some time. Peter explains that the group is tied to a long-forgotten religion, and though the tape cuts out, they suggested that this company could have been around since the Middle Ages. It could be something else, but the tape cuts out. The conversation is interrupted by David suggesting that if they can get their hand on the original contract, it could help them understand what's truly going on. Later we see Kate, Caroline, and Peter arguing about what's happening. Peter expressed a concern about whether Rebecca is still trapped in the tapes, or if it's even still her. Kate insists that it's Rebecca, but that she's volatile. It's been also nearly 15 years since it all began. Peter tries to talk about David and Caroline tells them that she isn't just waiting around, that she's making contact with Kate. Peter calls the meeting short, advising that they lay low and take a break. This group likely includes Joanna, the masked figure, and they have been investigating the truth behind Hamlin and Amanda adventurer. The tape seems to hold hidden messages as we discussed, and it appears that Rebecca is indeed trapped inside the tape as Amanda, as she navigates a twisted reality. Hamlin seems to be trying to bring these demons to life and trapping them inside these tapes, using the power for their own benefits. David seems to be missing at the end of the tape, and this is what likely got everyone stressed. Having captured David just like they did with Sam. When Kate, Caroline, and David were talking in the secret tape, David mentioned that they were references to specific entities. Now, they name a figure named Iblis. This is the figure in Islam. This was the original devil's name. To give you a brief summary, Iblis was a good jinn. However, when God created the first human being, Prophet Adam, peace be upon him, the angels and the jinns were told to prostrate before him, and everyone did except for Iblis. And when God questioned why he needed prostrate, because he thinks he's better than him, and he feels sort of jealousy towards Adam. So Iblis disobeyed God's command, and now he's referred to as Satan or Shaitan in Arabic. He is a figure that manipulates people into doing things that's not good and to trusting things that's not good. That's why this relates to this metaphor. A person walks into a hospital room. On monitors, we can see the unmistakable Hamlin logo, before they are involvement in this twisted operation. As the recording clear, we realize the patient in the bed is Rebecca. Two voices are heard in the background, discussing her declining brain activity. One mentioned that they need to keep an eye on her immediately there. And it tends to spike before an incident. And the camera zooms in and the person in the recording is spotted and they quickly flee the scene. It becomes clear that Hamlin is experimenting with Rebecca, possibly using the VHS tapes to trap her inside. The killer happened right after she signed a contract in the previous game, with the woman seen at the end of that tape likely being the same place where she was taken. In one of the endings in the Man Adventure 1, titled The End with a question mark, Amanda quickly tells her that she's out there somewhere just before the tape begins to cool up. It's as if Amanda herself is trying to break free from the screen, and in a desperate moment, we throw a brick at the TV, destroying it. As the sun rises, a figure appears at the table, signaling the end of the game. This moment seamlessly leads into the second game. This is what Amanda means when she says she's out there somewhere. She's out there as Rebecca, but is trapped in these tapes as Amanda. In the first tape, if you put Rebecca when Amanda asks us who we get to see, she gives us the same answer when you put Amanda. Let's go for that Rebecca is Amanda in these tapes. Apparently there's a 6th tape and it's just Willie sing for 9 minutes and he does some movements. While this doesn't seem to provide any story, this could be where Willie waits to go on the show. Trapped inside is just reality with not much freedom. In a normal ending, the masked figure finds the tapes and attempts to destroy them. A blue light appears and a monster attacks before she can finish destroying the tapes. Wiley grabs the tape and the masked figure tells her to leave. Wiley goes into a secret exit and escapes. The blue light that appears after she destroys the tapes could indicate that we are freeing souls trapped inside these tapes. Mainly Rebecca explains why the monster attacked her. If she gets free from these tapes, it's possible the monster won't be alive anymore. In the secret ending, we find ourselves playing a tape that shows Kate speaking to Wiley while driving. She urges us not to watch the tapes and advises us to destroy them. Kate expresses that we get about involving us in this investigation, mentioning that everyone in the group who was looking to Hamlin is now gone. She believes that Joanna too is gone. However, after the tape ends, we learn that masked figure is Joanna herself. She said that writing the letter that we saw the last game was a mistake. At the end of the tape, she gets into a car cart and Joanna walks in and apologizes for what happened. She mentioned that Kate is dead because of her, and that she started this because her brother Jordan was missing while watching these tapes. We see this in one of the notes in the attic. She reads that a man approached her, claiming he could help find her brother and she trusted him. Joanna thought the only way to solve the mystery was to destroy the tapes. She expressed regret for being wise into it and admits that she was with Kate in the attic when the creature attacked. She takes responsibility for leading the others to her house and mentioned that it was Hamlin. She said that she won't be the pawn anymore. Suddenly a noise erupts and Joanna tells Wiley to leave. She drops the tape and Wiley grabs one before the light flickers out. We hear Joanna get attacked by a monster that resembles Willie. As Wiley escapes to the secret exit, Joanna can be heard on a walkie-talkie pleading Willie stop. In the first game, right when we start, we can see notes posted on the board. One of them is a letter from Joanna to Kate explaining that her brother went missing while watching a mad adventure and that she knows the kind of work she does outside the library, the kind of work that involves investigating these tapes. It seems that people weren't believing Kate and the group. I then realized that Kate and the others are investigating them, making them disappear so that they couldn't reveal the truth to the public. Joanna reveals that someone approached her explaining to her that if she destroys the tapes, it could bring her brother back. They suppose a theory that ending the show could free the souls inside these tapes. Now I'll explain something else first. So if Rebecca is Amanda and Joan is Parson, who is Willie, Sam is likely Willie. Hamlin could trap Sam inside these tapes as Willie, giving an eye on Amanda and making sure he doesn't interfere with their plans. So inside these tapes, Willie seems to be a voice of reason, of the calming Amanda and making sure nothing happens to the person watching these tapes. This links to the second metaphor we discussed, where being with people that give you positive thoughts could help me in such a situation. So even though Willie is friendly, his creature seems to be more powerful and dangerous than Amanda's creature. It could be the reason why Amanda attacks Willie aggressively in the first game. It could be also her demon form trying to get rid of Willie. She could trap her more people inside these tapes. The weekend fixing tapes show the creepiest Amanda adventure episode we have seen so far. Amanda and Willie turn into the demons and lose control. A Hamlin commercial seems to be playing in the background, while Amanda, Willie, and the Possum all sing. This could be representing that being transported from the real world into these tapes. The meme saying these words could be a surgeon transporting Amanda and Willie into these tapes. This is why they are afraid of the person. At the end of the tape, Willie seems to be terrifying Amanda, indicating that Amanda's creature is afraid of Willie's creature. Now we are finished exploring the truth behind Hamlin and secret research tapes, we can now go back to the metaphor. This metaphor about finding the truth and about trusting things and people. This links to the first metaphor we discussed. It's important to trust the right things, and it's important to trust things that you find in the media. As explained before, finding the truth about things in the media, it's important to find out what to trust and to trust the right things. I explained before, the things that seem right could be wrong, and the things that seem wrong could be right. It's always important to do your own research outside of the mass media that you see every day, because there's a lot of information that you can explore in your own free time. I mean, you may think I don't have time, but honestly, it doesn't take long. You don't have to explore it that much. It's just important to find out the truth and trust the right things. The reason why you want to do it is because you want to spread the right information. You want to learn and trust the right things, and you want to spread that information to other people. And you don't want to spread the wrong information to other people and believing something that is bad. Anyway, that was how Amanda Bencher wanted to lose to real life. This video took a really long time to put together, so I hope you all did enjoy. If you did enjoy and this video did help you, please leave a like and subscribe for more videos like this one right here. Have a nice day and bye.